Good evening, welcome, hello, and good evening. Welcome to Rotor Action 7 News at 6. Over to you, Rachel.
Thanks there, Rabbit.
You're very, very welcome.
Thanks. Hi, for all our viewers out there. Tonight we're going to be covering a few fascinating topics for you today. Listeners, we're going to be covering the polio ball, the trivia evening, a review of the current activities that we've been doing, and an outline of the district. So stay tuned for more great viewing. And now, listeners, for our very first guest, we have none other than the president of Rotaract Club of Southport himself, Troy. Welcome, Troy, and take it away.
Alright, well thanks for that, Rachel and Albert. I'm here to talk to you about the District 9640 and the clubs within our district. We've got 5 clubs within our district which consist of Nerang with approximately 5 members and are going through a current recruitment phase to get more on board. We also have Tenterfield and Lismore clubs as well. Tenterfield is only very new to the game as well. Bond Uni is quite a good existing club with about 60 members, and Southport, only been going for a few months now, has approximately 17 members. At the time of going to air, Tenterfield, Lismore and Nerang were unable to provide information on their clubs about what's happening with them at the moment. Bond Rotaract President Joey Chan has advised they've got the following activities coming up with their club. The Girls Night In, which is going to be raising money for the Cancer Council, as well as coming up for Christmas, they're donating to the Smith Family Appeal through a toy drive. They're also going to be holding a chocolate drive, which will be raising money for World Vision, their sponsor child. They've also got coming up with the Gold Coast Botanical Gardens through the Friends of Gardens planting trees. And back to you, thanks Koshi and Mel.
Thanks for that, Whizzer. Always good to have a Whizzer on the show, isn't it, Rachel?
Absolutely.
Next up, we have Andrew Nolan with the news, but from the past.
The Rotaract Club of Southport has been ridiculously busy, planning, organising and running so many fundraising initiatives. Hey Albert, here's those organising things.
Thanks.
Our first fundraising initiative was the Gold Coast Marathon, where several of us fine physical specimens got together to help clean up after the Gold Coast Marathon, and what a success it was. Christmas is a lovely time of year. You know what makes it even more lovely? By having it in July. And that we did. And by also tying in with the clothing drive for the homeless. And now they can look this good. After Christmas comes Boxing Day, right? Wrong. Balls on the Beach is what came after Christmas in July. Our club assisted in the serving of food and running of the Counter Good Bull. Yeehaw! The last event we helped out at was the Winter Sleep Out, which was in conjunction with Mission Australia. We raised a stack of money for the homeless and got to experience firsthand what it's like to sleep out in the cold. Hello? What? You're kidding. All those things we did for the charity, they were a huge success? Excellent to hear. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks, Nolan.
We'll be back after a few short words from our station sponsor.
Are you struggling to reach personal and Rotaract Club-based goals? Then you need the Rotaract Club of Southport Professional Development Team. Through monthly sessions and workshop extravaganza in 2012, Rotaract Club of Southport members will draw on their personal expertise to upskill you using state-of-the-art information, practice and handout methods to ensure you have what it takes to be a Rotaract Club winner. Session topics include public speaking. The trick is to just picture them in their underwear. Physical and mental health.
Doctor, I can't find a pulse!
And practical skills.
Don't you think this resume would be more effective without the swearing?
Plus many, many more. With the help of ProDev, you'll be ready to support your club, the local community, and do service to the Rotaract name. So don't delay. Use ProDev today.
Thanks, Nick. I know I'm professionally developed now. Now it's on to Jess to talk about the polio ball.
Polio is a crippling and potentially fatal infectious disease. There is no cure, but there are safe and effective vaccines. For as little as 60 cents US worth of vaccine, a child can be protected against this crippling disease for life. What are we doing about it? The Rotaract Club of Southport is currently organising a charity ball to end polio now. Our goal is to raise $10,000 to donate to the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. With polio cases reduced by 99% in the past decades, eliminating the final 1% is more important than ever. But the polio cases represented by that final 1% are the most difficult and expensive to prevent. That's why it's so important to generate the funding we need now. To fail is to invite a polio resurgence that would condemn millions of children to lifelong paralysis in the years ahead. As long as polio threatens even one child anywhere in the world, children everywhere are at risk. The stakes are that high.
Thanks for that, Jess. Okay, well, I guess it's time to wrap it up now. So,
Yes.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
then let's
okay. Well, I guess it's a big goodbye from District
is.
9-6.
4-0
Good evening.
and good night. That's all.
That's all.